हर हर महादेव.
On Monday afternoon, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the Kashi Vishwanath Corridor, connecting the ancient Kashi Vishwanath Temple in Varanasi to the ghats of the Ganga. The corridor, said to be the PM's dream project, has been built over an area of 5,000 hectares. It has been completed in less than 3 years as planned, despite the COVID pandemic. What does this project seek to change? We explain.
As you know, this is the Prime Minister's parliamentary constituency. So ever since he became an MP from Varanasi, he's been looking at it and kind of trying to change it, bring a kind of transformation to the city, and also kind of turn it into a cultural capital. So bring the old glory back. So in older times, when somebody used to take a dip in Ganga, and then you could straight away walk to the Kashi Vishwanath Temple. Now that's not happening because the lanes have been congested with a lot of buildings. So the idea was to bring the old glory back and kind of raise all these buildings and bring like a straight view from the Ganga to the temple. So that is basically what the Kashi Vishwanath corridor is all about. And it also entailed raising a lot of buildings, like around 400 buildings, shops, small houses, and all those people, 1,400 families, I presume, have been rehabilitated. Consequently, this is the only project which is completely litigation free. And overall, it's an 800 crore project. It started in 2019, and this is just the first phase on which around 340 crore has been spent. So today, what is being inaugurated is the corridor, the main Ganga to Ganga Ghat to the temple pathway. And then there are some tourist facilitation centers, some lodging facilities, some information centers, a museum, and a food court. So basically, a lot of tourist facilities. That is what it is today. So around 40 temples were discovered during, when the project was underway. You call them 40 lost temples because they were underneath some building, some shop, some house. So now they have all come back, and you have found artifacts, you have found idols, you have found other objects of architectural value that were inside those premises, and they will all be preserved, conserved, and displayed for the general public. And a narrative will also be built so that we know the story of how each of the temples came about, and what is it important for, what is its significance. Each of these temples, they have a history going back centuries. There is the Manokameshwar temple, there is the Mahadev temple, there is the Kumbh Mahadev temple. So now when the gallery comes up at National Museum, it will tell you exactly about each of the temples, which is the presiding deity at the temples, and then what happened. All of most of it was damaged during the Mughal rule, when the original Kashi Vishwanath temple was also, destructed a bit, and then which was then later rebuilt by Ahalya Bai Holkar. There is this whole cultural renaissance. There is this whole temple pitch that the Prime Minister is kind of projecting himself as the temple man, because when he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat, he laid the foundation stone of the entire Somnath temple complex, of its revamp, of its upgradation, mostly in terms of tourist facilities and a little bit of conservation. So then we know Kedarnath, which was destroyed during the floods. Now it has come back to its lost glory. The Ayodhya temple, the Ram Mandir, we already know is underway, and the Prime Minister conducted the Bhumi Pujan, in last year. So I think it will be done in the coming years. So Grand Temple is happening. There is this Char Dham highway which is happening, connecting all the four main shrines, and of course, then there is Kashi. So the idea is to have this entire cultural Hindu temple renaissance, and putting Modi ji as at the center of it, putting the Prime Minister at the center of it. Also, this entire project, there is also a lot of improvement in the infrastructure of the entire city of Varanasi and the cities around it, like Sarnath, which is one of the main pilgrimage sites of the Buddhism, and it gets a lot of international tourists. Even Varanasi is one of the mainstays of spiritual circuit in India. So there's a lot of infrastructure which was lacking, and there has been a push to upgrade the infrastructure to whatever way is possible. So there is this Rudraksh Convention Center which has come up. It's a MICE facility. It's a meeting and convention facility. So it can be a good way to kind of promote tourism, promote convention tourism in the area. Especially maybe people from Southeast Asia, from abroad, can hold conventions and meetings. That is the whole idea once international tourism restarts. And then there are Ganga cruises for tourists, so they can watch Ganga Aarti from aboard the cruise rather than being at the crowded ghat. The road infrastructure has been upgraded. The railway station has been revamped. Uh, and the road connecting the city to the airport has been completely, it's now a 6-lane highway. So all that is also being done.